wee dog sitting under the desk, just wanting attention. There we sit. You're so cute. Can I take a wee photo of your wee face? He's home. Good. Hi everybody, welcome back to Laaleebee Knits. It's been a little while. My name is Natalie. I'm a knitter based in Belfast in Northern Ireland, and I share what I've been knitting on here on this little corner of YouTube. It has been a little while since my last video. I got hit with another chest infection. I'm not talking about it. I'm so over being sick. Over it, but feeling better now, so that's good. I have so much knitting to share with you today, so buckle up. Get a little cup of something nice, something cold. It's very warm here. By very warm I mean like 17 degrees Celsius, which is too warm for me. But yeah, get yourself a nice little drink, maybe a little treat, and let's catch up. Life-wise, nothing's really been going on. If I remember things that's been going on, I'll talk about them at the end, but I can't really think of anything that's been happening. Just been sick, just been trying to recover, but anyway. Hopefully Neil can edit out all my hit-ins. One thing that I do want to talk about right off the bat is I made a couple of little stationery purchases and got myself a little tiny traveller's notebook that I've turned into my little knitting notebook things. I've got little pages of my little notes and the yarn. Cute. So I've got some notes here. And there's a couple of things that I wanted to say off the bat. Does anyone listen to my favourite writer? They true crime podcast. They've been going for years and years, and they do this thing called Corrections Corner, where if they've misspoken or something, they kind of do a little corrections corner and fix what they said. And I have one of those. Somebody very kindly in the last podcast had asked me about the Cadre top that I knitted, and I was saying that I'd heard, I think from Chiaogo's podcast, someone else's podcast, that they weren't very size inclusive and had no intentions of being size inclusive. And the commenter in my last video had said, "Are you sure it's the Cadre top and not my favourite things that you're confusing?" And she was absolutely right. I was getting confused over Cadre, who has I had a look just to double check everything. Cadre does have quite a few size inclusive patterns. Some of them aren't. But from what I could see, the majority of them were actually size inclusive, so that's great. It's my favourite things, as far as I know, who I was mistaken with, and they were both mentioned in that podcast, so thank you very much to that commenter, keeping me on the straight and narrow. Yeah, the other thing was, on the last video I talked about knitting socks for plus size feet or plus size legs, and that I'd struggled with knitting socks that fit. There's so many really great suggestions of resources in the comments under that video. People really came out and were like, "We've got you, here's a really great resource that I use." There's so many different ones, so go and have a look at those comments if you're interested in seeing those. I'm so grateful to everyone who commented. Yeah, great resources, so lots and lots for me to try, and I'll probably jot those down in my little traveller's notebook as different options to try and test out, see if I can get some good fitting socks. So yeah, that's all my admin-y stuff. I've joined an obscene amount of Knitalongs. I have actually. Let me find my other bullet journal, because I have them written in here. Yeah, there's a lot of Knitalongs happening, and all I've been doing is knitting, so that's good. That's handy. Oh, there's Hen settling himself down. You can just see me fluffy butt. Yeah, so let's get into some knitting. I'll talk about the Knitalongs as they come along. My first finished object is my Toasted Tea. This is a pattern by Chiaogoo, Rebecca Clow like plow, Clow like slow. I'm not sure. This is the Toasted Tea. It is knit at a 17 stitch gauge, which is nice and loose. I knit this in Drops Bell, which is a cotton, viscose and linen blend, in the colour Off-White. This yarn is so economical. I think it was £2 a skein, and I used just under 6 skeins. I used 283 grams total to knit the size 5. I think my gauge is a little bit off. I should really remeasure it. But I knit the version that has the eyelets. The pattern is so great. It has a PDF that kind of summarises all of the different versions that her test knitters did. And I saw this one and was like, I need this in my life. So I just did an eyelet row every 10 rows, which was just a knit 2 together yarn over all the way across. Yeah, it's big. It's not supposed to be off the shoulder, but obviously mine is. I actually had watched the Chiaogoo podcast where she talks about this, and she said that she cast on fewer stitches at the start and then increased to what she needed. I did the same. I cast on fewer stitches from what I remember, and it's not enough. That's I do like a boat neck, but it wasn't quite the look I was going for. I would have liked it to be, although I just don't think it's designed to be like this. And even then, this, like, I'm wearing a little like black sports bra under it so that I knew you would be able to see the bra anyway with the eyelet, so I just thought might as well go black and make it obvious. Yeah, I have very narrow shoulders, so yeah, it's an off the shoulder boyo. I knit the size 5, which is supposed to give 47.25 inches. I should really check my gauge on this. Cotton also stretches out a lot, so it could just be the yarn. I like that it's slightly oversized. It's just more oversized than I thought, and this is a lot more stretched out than I thought. But I do like it. It's a nice summer top. It's just not sitting the way hers sits in the pattern on me. So it could be a gauge issue, it could be a size issue. Yeah, I like how it fits. There are things I'll do differently for the next one that I knit, because it definitely is like, look, like that's too big. But I have short rows in the back that you can't really tell. So cheap jumper to knit. What, £14? I bought 7 skeins, I only used 6, so £12 to knit this top with yarn. Yeah, I do actually like, the more I've only worn it once, the more I wear it now, the more I'm like, yeah, I do like this actually. It's nice and light, not warm at all, which is what I want in a summer top. So this is my Tulsta. I'm very happy with it. I did not knit it in time for it to count in the Tulsta time knit along that Chiaogoo is running. That runs until the 31st of August. I had like finished this the day that started, which just meant it didn't count. So I have to cast on another one, and I have cast on another one. Should I talk about it now? I may as well. So this is the Tulsta section of the podcast. So I cast on another one. I had 6 balls of 7 balls of this drop spell, and that's upside down, well done that. And I've one full one left over, and then a little half a ball of another one. Quite a lot actually. So these are wee 50-gram skeins. I had some left over, and so I bought, I knew I wanted another one, I knew I wanted to do stripes this time. So I bought this nice denim colour. What colour is this? Doesn't say. Colour 13. Got this nice blue to do a stripy one. Now I don't think I have enough blues. I bought 4 skeins of blue. I had 2 skeins of this, thinking that'll be enough. I think I'll run out of blue. So this is my second Tolster, and I started this and cast it on. I think I'm doing size 5 again. I thought I went down a size. I don't think I have actually, and I think I might have the same issue with my collar. So with this one, oh look, it looks nice, doesn't it? This one I did a folded hem, which is pretty. I just knit straight and then knit the two together. Little folded hem, and then striped every 10 rows. Did 2 rows of my cream stripe. But I think this is going to be the same deal. And I don't want this one to be hanging off my shoulders, I don't think. So I need to try it on. I've pretty much gone through the raglan decrease, so I'm nearly ready to split for sleeves. I'll try it on and see what I think about the boat neckline. It looks tighter here. Maybe the folded brim is working. But I stopped knitting on it. This is like 2 evenings worth of work. It knits up so quickly at this gauge. I don't know. I need to try it on and see what I think, because I might end up pulling it back, and I think this is going to be a pain in the bum to rip back. But yeah, I need to. There's no point in knitting a top I'm not going to wear. But I love these colours. They're very nautical. And I love the stripes. It's so cute. And again, pretty cheap yarn, which is nice. I will need to get some, and this is all the blue I have left. I'm going to need more blue. But I may as well. It might be that I just have to cast on a smaller size, and then after, she includes bust shaping in this as well. So she did a Tolster tank, which I also bought. And in that she had some bust shaping, and then she updated the Tolster tee pattern with the bust shaping. She's so good, like such a generous designer. But maybe I go down a size, knit the smaller size to like here, and then increase where I need to increase, because I'm kind of pear-shaped. So it's currently a whip. It might get frogged and restarted, but we'll see. And so, you know, I say this every time, I hate sewing, but I love these project bags. And I needed a little summer one, and Liberty came out with this beautiful fabric. It's so cute. I can't cope. Little, what are they called? Little beach houses. Cute. So I made myself a little medium-sized bag for my Tolster tee. So yeah. One finished object, one whip. Okay, I have another finished object. I can't believe I have only 2 finished objects from a whole month. Is that right? Oh, I did Mum's Sunday collar as well. I'll show you a picture of that. Okay. These are my June socks for the Grocery Girls Knit Along. This is a DK weight sock. It was a sock set from Biff Sugar Yarns called Crocus, and I fell in love with this colour. Look, obviously this is my colour, and so I used the Hermione Everyday Socks pattern, but I used the heel from Summerlee Knits her book on socks. She's got a basic DK sock pattern, and I just used those numbers for my heel turn. And it was a 120 gram set. These socks weigh in at 97 grams, so I pretty much used nearly all of this mini. It was a 20 gram mini on the toes and the heels. And yeah, I love these. The DK weight is not a very summer weight, but I don't care. These are cute. They are more springtime, and I'm a bit late in my podcasting now. These have been done for a while because the DK knits up so quickly. So quickly. But these are my sock bash entry for June. And now I can wear them. Haha. So let me take them off my thing. Little pair of socks. Cute. Cute, cute. I did a little twisted hem. I think I cast on 48 stitches. Let me consult my little book. Yeah, I cast on 48 stitches and I used 3.25mm needles. Cute. Yeah, cast these on 1st June, finished on the 14th. And that, like 2 weeks to knit a DK pair of socks. I wasn't only knitting on these, but they're very cute. Love those. Okay. Let me have a little beverage. Okay. How many whips have I got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that all? I guess so. I guess so. Okay. I'll continue with the sock theme. I got a little cast on crazy and cast on all the socks. Yarnia, who's a shop in New Jersey. They have a podcast, you probably know it, Chronicles of Yarnia, where the ladies who own the shop run Knitalongs all the time, and one of their Knitalongs is sock bingo, where they give you a little bingo card and you hit a bingo by knitting 5 socks with specific, like, the bingo card's full of like what kind of needles you use. So say 9-inch circulars, you can get a little tick for that, and if you've used self-striping yarn, you get a little tick for that, whatever. So I, being the overachiever that I am, decided, oh, I'm going to fill in the whole card, not just a bingo. So I figured out, how am I going to meet bingo with these? Like, how am I going to knit enough socks that I can do every technique that's on this bingo card? And in the spirit of that, I cast on all the socks. Well, then I cast on 3. The DK ones included. So the sock bingo runs from now until the end of 2nd of September. And that meant that Neil, my other half, gets a pair of socks. So I cast these on for him. This is a West Yorkshire Spinners yarn in Bullfinch. And I did a new heel. Was this the Fleagle heel I did for him? I wrote it on a little thing, I think. Where did I write it? Neil Socks. Neil Socks is a German short row heel. So a lot of the little bingo things are different heel techniques and things that you can use. And I've knit a German short row sock once before. German short row heels are not for me. It looks good from far away, and then you look up close and it's just, I'm not very neat. Look at this giant gaping hole that I'm obviously going to have to stitch up. Look at that. That's a disgrace, Natalie. See, I'm not very happy about that. And it's not loose stitches because I've got the end here that I'm pulling and it's nothing to do with anything. I don't know why. It's just how it went. So obviously I'm going to do the other sock with the same heel. Hopefully I can neaten up a little bit, but Tried out the German short row heel. Don't like it. Not for me. But hopefully it fits Neil okay. So yeah. Little commercial self-striping. Hard to beat. And I quite like these socks because the West Yorkshire Spinner yarn is not a merino. It is superwash, but it's not a merino. So they feel, to someone who's used to knitting with merino, they'll feel rustic. And I knit a pair for my stepdad and they irritated his feet. So apparently he's very sensitive. So he only gets merino socks now. But Neil likes these and I like them too because they last better than the merino. So I have a pair knit out of the same yarn and they don't have to be cleaned nearly as much as my little soft merino socks. So yeah, I think this is about £8 or £9 a ball. For self-striping, that's pretty good. So the only other thing is I can't wind up these cakes without making them look really ugly. So that's annoying, but only to me. So that's a pair of socks for Neil. About time. She said to me the other day, you know, you really need to do a hand knit sock wash, Natalie, because I don't have any socks left. And I was like, is this 1950? Sorry. I have to wash your socks? Sorry. But I was just keeping it going. So anyway, little pair of socks for Neil on the go. Another little pair of socks on the go in my little. This is a tiny, like, one skein version of the bag, and it has seashells on the inside. They're just adorable. Can't cope. These are, let me get my notes. These are the Bluebird Cafe socks from This Handmade Life. I believe her name's Olivia. And it's part of her Miss Marple collection. I love an Agatha Christie. Really got into her in the last year or so. I've got all her little seasonal books. You can actually see them there. A little seasonal ones. So I have to read the summer on. But these are the Miss Marple Bluebird Cafe socks. They're too long for me. And I'm annoyed about that. But I will still wear them. So this yarn is something special. This yarn is from Lonely Mountain Yarns, little local dyer. It's called Never Thirsty, Ever Drinking. I think that's a riddle from Lord of the Rings. It is 50% merino wool, 50% mulberry silk. And oh my god, when I tell you, this shiny, smooth silkiness of these socks is incredible. It's incredible. See, knitting with it is just a totally different experience. You can see like the sheen. Oh my god. Knitting them on wooden needles, no, on metal needles is no joke because it keeps sliding off. But god, it's really beautiful to knit with. Really luxurious. This is a little 70-gram sock set. So you can barely see because it's such a good colour match. This is the mini. And I did another new heel for Sock Bingo. This heel is the Fliegel heel. These socks are knit toe up. And then you do a little Fliegel heel. And it's why my foot is a bit longer than I meant it to be because I wasn't sure about the Fliegel heel measurement for me. I quite like doing this. It's kind of like you knit a heel flap. It's very similar. And it fits very nicely. And then I did a little folded picot brim. And I just loosely joined that there. So yeah, love these. Cute little lace pattern. Very easy to memorize. Slightly too big for me, but I persevere. And look, like you can tell, like look at the drape of this yarn. It just does not want to keep its shape. which I love. These are going to be so special. So I've started my toe and I'm just ready for, look how shiny. I'm just ready for my pattern. I think the second sock will go quicker than the first because it just has to match the pattern repeats. So that's a little work in progress. My little summery socks in my summery bag. Delighted about it. And I've basically got the pattern memorized now, which is nice. I like that about her, about this Handmade Life's patterns. Most of them for me are quite intuitive once you get started. Some of them are a bit more complicated, but when people say like lace knitting, at first I would like freak out. Like, what do you mean lace? I could never knit lace. But this is lace technically, and this is lace. And it's just yarn overs and knit two togethers. Love her little ball bands. Cute, cute, cute. Is that all my socks? That's all my socks. Okay. I'm flying through this. Still got 3 more whips to go. You're not gonna believe this next one. You're not gonna believe it. Here's a little starter. I understand that the ends in this are disgusting. I don't want to hear it. I know it's going to be absolutely vile to sew in all these ends. I know, in the heart of my hearts, I know that it's going to be disgusting. But I have been given some serious attention to my Granny Square Scrappy blanket. It is huge. So I've joined together 2 of 5 rows. So if you don't know, I've crocheted little scrappy granny squares using a 3.5mm needle, finger and weight yarn. Why did I do that? Well, never again. I did it because that's the scraps that I had and the minis that I had. So what I did was I gathered them into colours and joined 16 together. And I'm still in the process of doing that. And then I'll join those in like kind of 5 big columns. And I've joined 2 of my columns. This thing is huge. It's taller than me. So I'll show you, I guess, in like sections. Oh my god. Right, so let me unfold. Look at these ends. I could be sick thinking about these, and then I'll flip it over. I got my purples and my reds. I feel like I'm just like, hello? These ends. Why have I done this to myself? If anybody wants to join in for a little crafternoon and just spend like 24 hours sewing these ends in with me, let me know. But yeah, this is 2 of 5 columns joined together. It's gonna be huge. I can't wait to weigh it at the end, see how much yarn it actually took. Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to sew all these in. I don't care, I'll sit down. I wanted to have it all joined together and then I can just sit under it. This is gonna be my like winter TV activity where I can sit under the blanket all curled up and just sew in ends while I'm watching TV. And I'll actually still have the blanket and be able to use it. So expect finished object pictures maybe next year. But yeah, making really good progress in this. And it's using up so much cream yarn, which I'm delighted about because it's using up stash. So, of course, I have an idea for another one that I want to cast on immediately, and I'm like stopping myself until I get this finished. But I love that I can tell what projects I did. It's mostly socks, but I love that I can tell where they came from. It's like a little memory blanket. So I'm delighted with it. Not delighted with the ends. They're disgusting. And I want to poke my own eyes out rather than do them. But I will do them nice and slowly. It's not a race. It's just part of crafting is doing little bits that you'd rather not. Wouldn't it be great if there's like a service that you could send your finished blanket off to somebody and like pay them to sew your ends in? I would never ever begin that business. I would never do that. But yeah, so she's stringy, but she's getting there. I can't believe this is like a third of the blanket. It's gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge. But I'm delighted about it. So yay, progress. Progress. And do you know how I made myself like work on it? This is the most nerdy thing. I'll maybe put a screenshot up if I remember to say the nail. I basically said I could do the border on 2 of these every day and then join in a 16 square block together would be another day's work. And I worked that out to see how many left I had to do and how much I had to join it all together, and it was something like 100 days worth of work. And I took the calendar, pulled it from 100 days from then, and then every time I did more than a day's worth of work, I would take time off the end of my end date, and that would move it up. And I find that really motivating. So now instead of finishing it in like October, I am due to finish it in like July or August. So I find that really motivating. And it means that I am like working on it pretty much every day because there's only little bite-sized pieces to do. So, yay. Henry's already been snoozing on it. He loves it. He thinks that I craft these handmade items specifically for him. Case in point, he's lying on a crochet blanket. Don't know who spoiled that dog, can't have been me. Okay, 2 more pretty big projects left. I don't know if you've seen either of them. You've definitely not seen this next one. So you know I'm trying to use up a lot of my stash. And I love a big shawl. And after I knit the last big shawl, I just wasn't feeling the colours. I gave it to my gran in the end, the Andrew Mowry one. I gave that to gran. I just wasn't feeling the colours, and she actually likes the warmth of it. Although I had to like teach her how to, she's not a shawl granny. So I had to teach her how to like wear it and make like show her how warm it actually is, and now she loves it. But I thought you've done that in very like muted colours and then you weren't really happy with it, Natalie. So you need to pull something out that is colourful, that's all about summer, and just makes you happy when you look at it. You're not a muted kind of gal, she says, wearing a cream t-shirt. It's so strange because I love knitting with really bright colours and I never really wear bright colours. But a shawl I can wear as bright colours I want. So I'm so organised. I have cast on the Fragmentation shawl by Stephen West. This shawl requires 7 skeins of yarn. And I pulled 7 skeins of yarn from Stash. I did not order a single skein for this shawl, and I'm delighted about that. So, are you ready for this? Oh, listen to my squeaky chair. This is my Fragmentation shawl. So, let me talk about it. I'm knitting it on, what size needle are you? 3.75. Okay. The thing that I wanted from this shawl, and why I chose this one in particular, was that my rows will never get bigger than this. This is the biggest the row will be. So with some other Stephen West shawls, your rows end up huge. I lose steam, and then I like hate the project by the end of it. These are tiny in comparison. This is as long as it'll go. So You knit it like this, and you pick up your edges as you go. And it's so motivating. And I did the same thing again, where I calculated how many days, if I do one stripe a day, how many days will this take me to do? And then every time I do like 3 or 4 stripes, that's time taken off my deadline or my finish date. So I find that really motivating, and I just love the colours I've chosen for this shawl. You start off here, keep your little stitches on hold, and you just build out these wedges in like staggered increments. So the pattern looks really detailed and complicated. It's not, it's just showing you how to arrange your colours to work out that way. I guess it was an awkward thing to write, because really you only need the instructions for 2 wedges, and then the end wedge, I guess, to get this nice border, nice I-cord edge. I love that. I love that the edge is built in. Look at that nice tidy little corner. You do your I-cord edge as you bind off each wedge. I love it. I really love it. So let me talk you through my yarns, because I wanted it to be like rainbow. I'm so excited. So I have I think I remember the colours of most of them, but anyway, I have my little things here. This one is Botanical Yarn. This was a Christmas colorway. It's Quality Street from a few years ago. It's so beautiful. It really does look like the big purple one from Quality Street. So that's my darkest colour. And then I went for this one, which is a Pixie yarn. I think this one is Soul. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love her speckles. I love Pixie yarns. I think she does gorgeous speckles. And her like yarn is, the yarn itself is tonal as well with the speckles. Gorgeous. Love that. Then this is Bird Street yarn in French Earl Grey. Really soft. Some little speckles. Lovely. These are all sock. They're 4-ply merino nylon 75-25. All of them, which is handy. And then somebody helped me pronounce this in my last one. It's from Pixie Yarn as well. Did they say clafouti? Not clafoutis, as I said last time. Apparently it's a French dessert. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Peachy. Gorgeous. From Pixie Yarn. And then this nice bright yellow is Ray from Bird Street Yarn. Oh, it's so yum. It's so golden and beautiful. But I couldn't wear it by myself. I think it would just drain me. Anyway, love that. And then this one is from Olan Yarns, and it's called Girl Talk. Yeah, pretty sure it says Girl Talk. This one is an 80% nylon. No, 80% superwash, 20% nylon. So a little bit fluffier, plumper maybe, than the others, but not a noticeable difference. Love that most of the colours that I'm knitting with are speckled in this. Just a perfect choice. And then my last one is called Shoreline by Pixie Yarn. Again with those nice little speckles. These were all in my stash, where I'd obviously looked at them and thought, my god, they'd make beautiful socks. And then they were too beautiful to make socks out of. So I just have been collecting them. Let me see if I can get them all together. I'm very indelicately shoving my fingers into the middle. Oh my god. So I don't think this is going to take 7 full skeins. Definitely not. So I'll probably get another project out of this. Maybe some socks. Definitely, there definitely will be enough left for socks, but I don't know, there'll be enough left for something else. Over the halfway point with this. Let's put it on. Hang on. Oh, everything's falling. Come back. I'm over the halfway point. Oh, it's so shiny and beautiful. I'm so happy with this. I really am. It's bringing me such joy to knit on. So much so that Beehive Yarns were doing some Halloween countdown adventy type kits, and I ordered one because I saw it was like Poison Garden or like some sort of Deathly Garden type vibe. Go and check her Instagram for inspo pictures because the colours are beautiful. And she offered a 50-gram skein version, so I'll get 13 50-gram skeins, and I think that would be plenty to do another one of these. So I've ordered that. So I'll have my nice bright summery one and then my dark depressing moody one, which suits me down to the ground. Oh, I'm so delighted with it. I'm so delighted with it. It's working up really fast. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So yeah, let me tuck everything away again. Tidy up very quickly. Love, 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 love this shawl. Such a good scrappy shawl. I think it would be beautiful with minis. You just have to figure out what your pattern was going to be, but you could just do a scrappy. I think it's so lovely, and I love that it's never going to be like a 600 stitch row. And it's living in my Hooky & Co / Grocery Girls pamper bucket. Love that for me. For one more whip. The last one. Living in my other pamper bucket. So I'm on a wee Crab kick. And I've been wanting to knit a cardigan for a long time. I've shown you this before. I've shown you the yarn for it. I've wanted to knit a cardigan for a long time. And saw this pattern and thought, that's what I want. So I'm knitting the Leaf cardigan. And I'm using Cascade Yarns Heritage 7525, 2 different colours, alongside Drops Kid Silk mohair. I've got 7 skeins of this and 4 skeins of the merino to knit this Leaf cardigan. I wanted really subtle stripes, so she has a version that is actually using a boucle yarn and then like a straight merino yarn, and she's striping them so the boucle is given like a texture, and it looks like very subtle stripes. So I wanted the same, but I bought 2 different shades of yarn from Cascade, and then I'm holding both of them with this merino to give this really subtle stripe. This is a little safety line, this pink. Basically, I wasn't sure, you know, my gauge is always off, so I put a little safety line in case I needed to increase my needle for this. Coincidentally, I haven't checked my gauge since, so that was useless because I've just committed. I'm just going with this gauge now. Love the drape of this fabric. It's so beautiful. This has not been getting as much love as the rest because these rows are long. Long, long. I've never knit a bottom-up garment before because it's just so long. And you're starting with the longest, most boring bit. So, yeah. Long, long, long. I can't remember. I haven't written down all my details for this one yet. It'll all be on my Ravelry page. The size that I've chosen, I think it's probably a size 5. the size that I've chosen, all those details. The main needle I'm knitting it on is a 4mm needle, fingering and mohair held together. It's so drapey and beautiful. I really want this, so I need to concentrate a little bit more. I'm just about ready to start my white stripe again. I think it'll be beautiful. It's so soft. It's so fluffy. I can't get over. Look at the fluff. That's insane. Am I going to be too fluffy and annoyed in it? Maybe. Maybe. But it's too late now. So that's my last whip. Not much to say about that, Natalie. I think once I get over the boring back and forth stockinette knitting, then I'll be excited about it more. But for now, just plowing away. I'm still in my first 2 skeins of yarn, so plenty of yarn there. I don't think I'll need more of this, but you never know. We'll see. There's a little bit of, it was a little bit tricky. I had to do some like, not even maths, just like thinking. I'm not a fan of thinking when it comes to knitting. I just want to knit. But I had to like calculate how big my stripes were going to be based on how long I want it and all the rest of it. She does give us some good guidelines on that, so I followed hers for the most part. So that's all my knitting. That's a lot. I'm like, I've exhausted myself. So yeah, that's my last whip. It's boring, and I'm like kind of forcing myself to do a little bit every night and read my book while I'm doing it. I just finished Truman Capote's In Cold Blood, and my god, I was knitting on it. I'm just stressed when I was reading that book. I don't know if I would recommend it. It's like a kind of cult classic book to read. It's on so many, like 100 books you should read. So I was like, well, I should read that then. And then I did. Now, I am partial to a little true crime, but I think I prefer listening to it rather than reading it, because for some reason reading it gets into my head more. It's pretty horrifying. And then it was a wee bit slow going and boring in the middle, and then it got exciting again. So that's my unrequested review on that. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of reading this month, and that's a good one for reading because it means I don't have to worry about how long it's taking. So that's all my knitting. I have some acquisitions. I actually have a lot of acquisitions, and I can't really remember what I did with them. One of the most exciting acquisitions I got was, do you remember I knit those socks for Botanical Yarns? Oh yeah, now I need to show you my mum's collar. Oh my god, did I show you that before? I knit that for her birthday, so maybe I did. But let me find a wee picture. Did I take a wee? Oh, I made my gran. I made my gran pose with it on. Look at her, she's so cute. Yeah, I made my mum the Sunday collar by Petite Knits, requested by her. Yeah. Held mohair and fingering together, and look at her wee face. Gran's so cute. Yeah, held fingering and mohair together, knit up pretty quickly. I didn't do, it was like an I-cord border here that I didn't do. I didn't think it needed it. It was a nice quick birthday present, and then I also made her a little cake that matched. So yeah, that was Mum's birthday right at the start of the month. My god, it's been so long since I've podcasted. Oh yeah, because I haven't even talked about my Bridgerton obsession. I became so obsessed with Bridgerton. So obsessed. So anyway, that's all I did. I binged Bridgerton and knit and tried not to slowly pass away. Right, what was I looking for? Oh yeah, I knit those socks for Botanical Yarn as a sample, and they gave me store credit, and so I used that to take money off an insert for my thread and maple needle binder. Might have seen this in like an early episode of the podcast. I love this. I've gone from messy needles everywhere to just this. This is where my needles are. And she's chunky. So I got the smaller one. There's two sizes. There's this like kind of standard size, and then there's a really big size. I got this one, which is the standard size. And in it, at the time when I bought it, I got this insert. Like, you can tell how many whips I have because all my needles are on things. This is the insert that I chose for the first time. It's the Chiaogoo one. And then I ordered this most recently. And this is the little cord tidy thing. So I put all my cords in. She's so organised. She pops in. Oh, pop in. She pops in. Oh my god. Hi. You're showing yourself up. She pops in. And then she's got a little zippy zip up here. I don't know if I've put anything in there yet. Have I? Oh, of course I have. I put these little things in because they're annoying. And ruler. So, yeah. Delighted for this. Delighted that Botanical Yarn stocks it, because when I ordered this, I ordered it from Canada, and oh, that was expensive for delivery. And then there's the end of it. And then you get a little, it comes with a little insert as well. So loads of room in this, really. It had this particular type takes 3, they call these pages. So this particular binder can hold another page, which I think I probably will get. I was looking at another set of needles, maybe some Luca needles, but yeah. I will not buy the insert for this until I get the needles, because that would just be wasteful. But I really did need a little way of storing my cords, so I'm so delighted with this purchase. Every time I like cast something on, I'm like, this is the best purchase. This is the best purchase. Like, I knit every single day, and so this is gonna last years and years and years. Ooh, I've got some of these DPNs in there. I'm just cradling it like a little baby now. Yay, glad that I added to that. Beautiful. Now, a couple more acquisitions. Of course, I got my, not gin, May Club from Botanical, no, not Botanical Yarns, Beehive Yarn. Ooh. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Haven't used any of these yet because they're too beautiful. What did I do? Collect yarn? Beautiful. Haven't seen the inspo for gin yet, but it'll be coming soon. And then another little purchase that I made with my drops purchase was some muscat cotton. Is this 100% cotton? Yeah. I think it's a DK weight. So that'll be for another Tulsta, something like that. I got 1, 2, how many did I get? 7? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of those. They're living in my little Bridgerton inspired bag. So they're ready for another Tulsta, maybe a Tulsta tank. But yeah. Are you sick of me yet? I'm sick of me. Henry's sick. Henry's done. Henry's like, Mama, please. That's enough. Look at his little crossed paws. I can't cope. Okay. I think I'm going a bit mad. That was a lot. I've been doing a lot. I really want like finished objects next time. what could I finish between now and next time? Definitely some socks. There'll be some July socks cast on. And I can't really think of very much else. I've been decluttering my yarn. And I have been working away on that crochet blanket. Working away on that crochet blanket. But yeah, that's all my biz. I'll run through the Knitalongs that I'm doing. I do sock bash for the grocery girls. I'll be doing July's theme is stripes, which is perfect because I love a little. Oh, maybe I'll use one of my little. Maybe I'll do those stripe socks. Sock bash July theme is stripes. Summer sock camp with Crazy Sock Lady is ongoing. It finishes 31st of August. Yarnia's Sock Bingo ends 2nd of September. Have a look on their website. You purchase one of their bingo cards, but you don't actually pay anything, and you don't put your payment details in either. So don't worry about that. And then we have, so that's all my socky Knitalongs that I've joined, and then I have 3 summer t-shirt Knitalongs that I've joined. PurlBackKnitForward is doing a summer tea make along. It ends on the 17th of July, so I'll have to enter this, and I'll have to get that other one. I'll have to see if that other one, what the neckline's doing with that. Grocery girls have tanks, tees and vests make along until 31st of August, and Crabbe has Toaster Time Knitalong. Knitting either her Toaster Tee, which is this one, or her Toaster Tank, which is the newer one, and that finishes on the 31st of August as well. So that's all my biz. That's all my biz. I don't have any biz. I can't think of what I've been doing with my life. Obviously nothing particularly interesting has happened. So yeah, I guess that's goodbye from me. Stop talking Natalie. I'm going to check this Toaster Tea, because if I don't do it now, I won't do it. Then I kind of want to go and visit some yarn shops, so I might go and do that. Treat myself. I don't need any more yarn, but I would like some, and it is payday. Thank you so much for joining. I fully anticipate to be back sooner than I've been gone in the next 2 weeks. I'll try my absolute best. Thank you so much for sticking for so long. Look after yourself and happy knitting.